make sure I'm focused. Second point I just want to illustrate here towards the end of the day on a lovely Friday is that I will always want to be a practitioner as well as somebody communicating and talking and creating videos and speaking, hopefully doing more speaking one day, for two reasons. One, I don't want to be one of those people that is just preaching things, teaching things, selling things without actually doing them. Like, do you realize how many marketers, how many people out there are selling you something, whether it's literally or by trying to sell you an idea so you maybe buy into something, without being practitioners, without being feet on the ground actually doing that work. I can't stand that. But number two, the reason I love consulting and running this practice is because the thing I really love is doing these videos and making content and being out there on Twitter and educating and getting the chance to speak. But doing the consulting gives me the ammunition for that. It gives me the ideas. It gives me that feedback. They were asking me questions at the end that turned into something I think I'm going to make a video out of. That never would have happened if I wasn't directly teaching and communicating and working with people that need help with SEO. And so I always need that. And for anyone out there, like, always try to be a teacher and a student. Always try to be someone that practices and teaches. Try to always do both of those things, because that dynamic, that push and pull, that like synergy between those is one is always going to feed the other. You're always going to be fueling one thing with the other. It's very tough to just be out there like teaching and professing things when you're actually not doing them. You're going to run out of steam, you're going to run out of ideas, and you're frankly at some point going to, unless you really hide it well, you're going to come across as somebody that's not an expert at what you're talking about. Then when you're out there teaching, when you're out there communicating, you're actually teaching yourself. You're learning these concepts in a different way. When you have to talk through something and explain it, your brain has to think about it differently. You have to think clearly. You have to be able to break things down into pieces to explain them in a way that somebody else understands. When you can do that, then you come full circle to where you really understand something. That whole phrase, like, those who can't, they teach, or whatever that crap is, that is totally not true. A really good teacher is somebody that knows the topic and the material better than anybody else. And all these people out there that say, oh, I just do this stuff on instinct or inspiration. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't think about it. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know. I call BS on that. I don't believe that for 1 second. I think everyone really knows what they're doing. And the people that claim they either really don't know their stuff, or they're just hiding it and they don't want to admit it, or they want to like front and maybe like portray that they just kind of get it without like having to understand it, and they're just like naturally talented. That doesn't exist.